YouTube, what it do? It's your boy TWV checking in again for another episode of the Wrestling Vlog Review Show. But before we get to the review, I have a special announcement. The next time a vlog will be coming to you will be live in Las Vegas for Wrestlemania 41, baby. I'm in that thing. So we're going to have a vlog of Friday Night SmackDown, NXT Stand and Deliver, Night 1, Night 2, Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, and whatever else excursions I do while I am in Vegas. So that will be the next time the wrestling vlog brings a vlog form to you. I appreciate all the love and support so far, and let's get to the review. The February 17th episode of Monday Night Raw broadcasted from the Spectrum Center in Charlotte, North Carolina, delivering a series of high-stakes matches and storyline developments as the road to WrestleMania intensified. And we are on the way to Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber is next Saturday, March 1st. To kick off the show, Sami Zayn addressed the WWE Universe, reflecting on his tumultuous history with Kevin Owens, speaking about how their careers have always been connected from the very beginning in pool halls, through the independents, through NXT, all the way up to the main roster, all the way to the main event of WrestleMania. Expressing that past betrayals could be forgiven and forgotten, he says this time what Kevin Owens did could not be forgotten because he tried to end Sami's career. But Kevin didn't finish the job, and he's still standing, and his neck is not 100%, but he knows what he has in the tank and is ready to fight Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn requested an unsanctioned match against Kevin Owens at the upcoming Elimination Chamber event. Raw General Manager Adam Pearce came out to speak to Sami about how he's asked numerous people in WWE's hierarchy, from SmackDown GM Nick Aldis to Adam Pearce, wanting to grant him, but has been told by both GMs and the board and medical that the answer is no for his request. Pearce goes on to say that Sami isn't medically cleared for action and doubles down on an answer being no for Sami's request for the match. Sami goes to call out Pearce, asking how long has he known Kevin Owens and himself, speaking about their relationship pre-WWE, with Sami emphasizing even Pearce knows that this attack is different and he's not taking no for an answer. Pearce goes on to explain that he's known both superstars for 20 plus years and asks Sami, you know he can't sanction a match, and does he want him to do something that he's never done before, which is an unsanctioned match. It goes into explaining to Sami that if Owens wants to wrap a chair around his face, he can't stop him. If Owens wants to drag Sami through the arena into the concourse and beat him senseless, he can't stop him. If Kevin Owens wants to package pile driver Sami over and over and over again, he can't stop him, letting Sami know that there will be no referees to stop the match, and WWE is legally not responsible for the match. And Pearce goes to tell Sami that this match is worth the risk, but not worth all the reward. So Sami goes on to tell him, same thing. I can do the same things to Kevin Owens that Pearce just mentioned, and told Pearce just give him the damn match. And now Adam Pearce has officially made the match official, an unsanctioned match, Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn at Elimination Chamber. The next part of the show had the Judgment Day in a backstage segment. Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan discussed their ongoing issues with other WWE superstars. Liv expressed how impressed she is with Dom stepping up for the Judgment Day the past few weeks, basically hinting at Dom possibly becoming the new leader of the group. Dom emphasized that he wished that Finn Balor will understand that they need to get a new member due to JD McDonough being out injured. But Finn Balor always jumps down his throat, basically denying the request, since in his mind, Finn Balor thinks he's the group leader and he calls the shots. This is when Finn Balor joined the conversation, emphasizing the importance of the Judgment Day's representation in the upcoming Elimination Chamber matches. He expressed confidence that after tonight, 3 members of the faction would secure spots in the Elimination Chamber, reinforcing the group's dominance. Balor also addressed Raquel Rodriguez, issuing a stern warning that failing to defeat NXT standout Roxanne Perez will be disappointing, thereby applying pressure on her performance. Finn then doubled down on no new members to Dom before walking off. The in-ring action of the night kicked off with AJ Styles making a triumphant return to in-ring action against Dirty Dom Mysterio in his first match on Raw in 2 years. Styles showcases veteran prowess and a mixture of hard-hitting and technical skills, countering Mysterio's maneuvers and delivering a decisive Styles clash for the pinfall victory. Let's not gloss past the fact that Dom is one of the most trusted wrestlers in WWE. Whenever a superstar returns to WWE or comes back off an injury, their first match is always Dominic Mysterio. CM Punk's first match after a 10-year hiatus from WWE was with Dom. Randy Orton's first match after return from back surgery was Dom. And AJ Styles' first match coming back from injury is Dom. My personal hot take is Dirty Dom is a top 15 wrestler in the WWE, and I hope to see him get a mid-card title run with the Intercontinental Championship before getting a main event push as a heel. Post-match, an attempted ambush by Braun Breaker was thwarted by Styles when he sidestepped him, causing Breaker to spear Mysterio inadvertently. Styles then delivered an enziguri, sending Breaker out of the ring, which is intensifying their feud because Braun Breaker says he's building a retirement home for 47-year-old AJ Styles because he's going to pack him up and end his career. Next match of the night was the Women's Intercontinental Championship #1 contenders match between Dakota Kai and Ivy Nile. The match was a showcase of technical skill and resilience. Dakota Kai secured the victory with her signature GTK maneuver, earning a title shot against the reigning champion Lila Valkyria. Post-match, Valkyria entered the ring, leading to a tense stare-down with her new challenger. When they had their match previously to see who would become the inaugural Intercontinental Champion, it was a great match. Definitely one that should have been a little bit longer, in my opinion. It got pushed off of the Raw on Netflix because of so much other stuff that was going on to just build the show up. I really felt like they deserved that moment, especially for women's wrestling and how far it has come. But I know when they have their match, it's going to be a banger. I've been a big fan of Dakota Kai since NXT, at least 4 years at the most. She's the only downside, she does get injured a lot. So even when she's getting a push, it kind of gets sidelined. So she's kind of been relegated to being a tag team wrestler in the Damage Control faction, but they're kind of giving her a breakout moment as well since Io Sky's hunting down the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. So I definitely am a big fan of Dakota Kai. I do like Lila Valkyria too. She had one of the best years last year in NXT before getting called up. So she definitely deserved to be the first inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion. I do see the Women's Intercontinental Championship being one of those titles that kind of bounces around every 3 to 4 months, just trying to see if we can elevate as many women in the division as possible. The women's division is fairly deep between NXT, SmackDown, and Raw. I just would like them to integrate more NXT challengers into the main roster just to get their feet wet with that main roster setting. But overall, it was a really great match. I can't wait until I see them face again. So the next segment of the night was World Heavyweight Champion Gunther delivering a provocative promo targeting his WrestleMania challenger main event, Jey Uso. The segment began with a recap of Jey Uso officially challenging Gunther for the world title at WrestleMania, which happened last week. Gunther then made a unique entrance through the crowd, mocking Jey's signature yeet gesture, and then belittled the audience, comparing performing for them to performing Shakespeare for a dog. Expressing frustration, Gunther revealed that he had hoped to persuade Jey to choose Cody Rhodes as his WrestleMania opponent, but the crowd supported Jey and forced Jey to challenge him. He asserted his superiority over Jey in every aspect of wrestling and questioned the audience's belief in Jey's chances against him. Seeking validation, Gunther confronted commentators Michael Cole and Pat McAfee, demanding their professional opinions. When McAfee hesitated, Gunther threw the microphone at him, leading McAfee to retort that anything could happen, and he hoped Jey defeated Gunther. The tension escalated as Jey stormed to the ring, bypassing referees to attempting to restrain him. A brawl ensued between Jey and Gunther, with security intervening to separate them. Gunther applied a sleeper hold, but Jey broke free, leading to a heated exchange of punches before officials managed to pull them apart. The segment concluded with Jey standing tall in the ring, energizing the crowd with his signature gestures while Gunther retreated up the ramp. This confrontation effectively intensifies their rivalry between Gunther and Jey Uso, setting the stage for their upcoming WrestleMania clash. The next match of the night was Penta versus Pete Dunne. The bout began with both wrestlers exchanging forearm strikes, showcasing their striking abilities. Penta gained an early advantage with a hurricanrana and a rising kick, but Dunne quickly countered with a drop kick to Penta's head, followed by a stomp to the elbow. Dunne continued his assault by smashing Penta's knee into the mat and delivering an enziguri. Penta responded with a backstabber and a powerful chop to Dunne's chest. Dunne then targeted Penta's fingers, snapping them before executing a slingshot face buster onto the apron. At this point, Ludwig Kaiser appeared at ringside, adding tension to the match. After the commercial break, the action intensified. Penta launched Dunne across the ring with a head scissors takeover, followed by a sling blade and a jackhammer for a near fall. Dunne retaliated with a sit-out powerbomb, but Penta kicked out at 2. The momentum shifted when Penta executed a Mexican destroyer, forcing Dunne to roll out of the ring. Kaiser's interference became a focal point as he distracted Penta, allowing Dunne to capitalize with an enziguri and a roll-up attempt, which Penta narrowly escaped. Frustrated, Dunne argued with Kaiser, providing Penta the opportunity to shove Dunne into Kaiser and finish the match with a Penta driver, securing the pinfall victory. Following the match, tensions escalated as Kaiser attacked Penta from behind. Dunne intervened, pulling Kaiser out of the ring, leading to a brawl between the two. Seizing the moment, Penta executed a top conhilo, diving over the top rope to take out both Dunne and Kaiser at ringside. This post-match altercation suggests a developing rivalry between all three competitors. Overall, in my opinion, the match was a showcase of technical prowess and high-impact maneuvers, highlighting Penta's growing momentum in WWE and setting the stage for a potential future confrontations with Dunn and Ludwig Kaiser. The next segment of the night was the Jey Uso backstage interview. Kathy Kelly conducted a backstage interview with Jey Uso, the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble winner. During the segment, Kelly mentioned that many superstars doubted Jay's ability to leave WrestleMania as the World Heavyweight Champion. In his response, Jey acknowledged the skepticism but emphasized his Royal Rumble victory as proof of his potential. He confidently declared that he would shock the world again at WrestleMania by defeating Gunther to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. Everybody on Twitter hates that Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. I don't know why. Jey Uso is one of the most deserving superstars to get the Royal Rumble or win the Royal Rumble match. So even John Cena on his way out, on John Cena's retirement tour, was like, hey, let me solidify another superstar while I'm on the way out and let Jey Uso eliminate him to win the Royal Rumble. John Cena is the greatest wrestler of all time. He could have said, no, I'm winning the Royal Rumble and going to main event WrestleMania, but his unselfishness built another superstar. Jey was already a superstar on the rise, but John Cena putting him over stamped that. And he's now going to finally have his shot in the main event of WrestleMania. And I've been a Jey Uso fan forever. In a previous video, I said I love the Usos. Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso are two of my favorite tag team wrestlers of all time. They're easily maybe 2 or 3. Like number 1 would probably be the Hardy Boys. Number 2 would be Edge and Christian. Yeah, Usos is 3, and then New Day would be 4. This is not a me telling y'all my favorite tag teams, but you get what I'm saying. But Jey Uso, I've been on the Jey Uso hype train literally from the entire Bloodline saga. Him breaking away from the Bloodline, Cody Rhodes getting him traded over to Raw, I want to say a year and a half ago, 2 years ago now, and Jey becoming a main event superstar by himself. So this is definitely one of my favorite wrestlers. I got my Yeet glasses on standby for WrestleMania. Whatever night Jey is main eventing, I'm going to have my entire Yeet hoodie, Yeet sunglasses. It's going to be Yeet. It's going to be lit. The next segment was the War Raiders having a promo on American Made, basically telling them that American Made were everything that they expected, but they still lost the match. Post-match, they attacked the War Raiders, and the War Raiders said the next time that they face, they'll go to war, and that American Made is not ready for war. So this was a great promo overall, kind of just color by numbers, you know, furthering the storyline with the War Raiders and American Made. I definitely think that they may have a stipulation for their match. I feel like they may sneak in onto Elimination Chamber. I don't think they dragged their feud 2 months to WrestleMania. I do feel like they may bring Waller and Theory over to Raw and then insert them into the tag division some kind of way, because unfortunately at NXT Vengeance Day, they didn't break up Waller and Theory and they're still a tag team. So we're going to see where that goes from there. But I'm really high on American Made. I love the War Raiders. They put on a lot of great matches back in the NXT days. So they're a great tag team. They're definitely deserving of being the champions. I do see them retaining the titles if they do have a match at Elimination Chamber. I wouldn't be too surprised if they retain. But American Made definitely, if they don't win at Elimination Chamber, if they make a match for Elimination Chamber, they will probably win at WrestleMania and get their big moment. So definitely something to look out for. The tag division still stinks, but these are great champions, and they have some good challengers over there on the Raw brand. You still got LWO. You still got New Day kind of lingering in the background. They have their own thing kind of going on, but at any moment you can put them in there and heat the Raw tag division up. So overall, the promo is good. You know, good pacing, good storyline development. So I really liked it. So the next match of the night was the Women's Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Roxanne Perez versus Raquel Rodriguez. Roxanne Perez, an NXT standout, sought to secure her spot in the upcoming Elimination Chamber event, while Rodriguez aimed to assert her dominance on the main roster. From the outset, Rodriguez leveraged her strength advantage, overpowering the smaller Perez with powerful maneuvers. Despite this, Perez showcased her resilience, countering with agility and well-timed reversals to stay competitive in the match. The turning point occurred when WWE Tag Team Champions Bianca Belair and Naomi appeared ringside. Their presence stemmed from an ongoing feud between Liv Morgan and the attack on Jade Cargill. As Belair and Naomi confronted Morgan, the distraction diverted Rodriguez's attention. Seizing the moment, Perez executed her signature move, the Pop Rock, securing the pinfall victory over Rodriguez. This win not only marked Perez's first main roster victory, but also earned her the final spot in the Elimination Chamber match. She now joins competitors such as Liv Morgan, former world champ, Bianca Belair, former world champ, Alexa Bliss, former world champ, Bayley, former world champ, and Naomi, former world champ. So Perez, being the NXT standout and a two-time NXT champion, is going to go into the Elimination Chamber full of former world champions, where she's going to be able to showcase her abilities. And in my personal opinion, being the best women's wrestler in the world. So I cannot wait for that match to happen. This match also intensified the existing storylines within the women's division, particularly the feud involving Belair, Naomi, Morgan, and Rodriguez. WWE officials had previously reviewed footage suggesting Morgan and Rodriguez's involvement in the assault on Cargill, adding layers to the unfolding drama. The next segment of the night was the New Day addressing their recent attack on Rey Mysterio. They mockingly wished Rey a speedy recovery, with Woods accusing him of leeching popularity from the younger luchadors. Kingston emphasized his own longer tenure and greater title count, suggested that he deserved a locker room leader status over Rey Mysterio. They justified their assault on Rey's ankle the previous week as a means to grant him vacation days, urging fans to thank them for their actions. This provoked a response from the LWO. Dragon Lee condemned the New Day's actions as unforgivable, leading to a brawl where the LWO trio overpowered Kingston and Woods, forcing them to retreat. This segment intensified the rivalry between the New Day and the LWO, setting the stage for future confrontations. This segment was what I previously spoke about in the War Raiders promo. These are two tag teams that could be facing them, but they're off doing their own little thing right now. But I feel like once we get into March, they're all going to blend together to get to a WrestleMania match. Like, they're going to have to put the tag titles on the line. It's WrestleMania. Every belt is on the line. So I feel like it will be a triple threat. I don't know if American Amazing and Fatal 4-Way. We did a ladder match last year. I don't know what they do this year. I don't know what the feud would need. I don't know if it needs a stipulation. It's WrestleMania, so throwing a stipulation in there is just like, hey, why not? But I feel like, personally, I would enjoy a Hell in a Cell. That might be a lot to do during WrestleMania. It is 2 nights. I feel like we can figure out a way to get that done. Hell in a Cell would definitely be dope. Steel cage wouldn't work. Steel cage with 8 people in it is a little too small of a confined space. But a Hell in a Cell would definitely be something cool. They did a ladder match last year, like I previously said. Can't do a ladder match again. So that would be the only alternative, unless you just do a standard Fatal 4-Way tag match, which I feel like would kind of be boring. I like stipulations, so I feel like throw a stipulation in there, mix it up, do something different. But overall, this was a great segment. But like I said, these two teams aren't going to feud past Elimination Chamber, and if they are, they're going to feud together into the WrestleMania match. The next segment of the night was Bianca Belair and Naomi participating in a backstage interview with Kathy Kelly. The segment focused on their reaction to the recent developments concerning their tag team partner, Jade Cargill, being medically taken out in their upcoming Elimination Chamber event. Naomi expressed relief that the truth about the attack on Jade Cargill has surfaced, implicating Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. She stated that she and Belair have been eagerly awaiting this revelation and warned that Liv and Raquel will now be counting their days. Belair added that without Raquel, Liv should approach the Elimination Chamber as if it were a handicap match. Both emphasized their readiness to face each other if necessary, acknowledging the competitive nature of the upcoming event. Belair also mentioned the Elimination Chamber winner would have to face the victor of the Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky match, highlighting the high stakes involved. In the main event of the night, it was the men's Elimination Chamber qualifying match, Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. This bout was pivotal as the winner would secure a coveted spot in the upcoming Elimination Chamber event. The match commenced with high intensity, reflecting the story history between these two competitors. Before the bell even rang, Balor attacked Rollins, setting a fierce tone for the encounter. Early on, Rollins attempted a pedigree, but Balor countered and executed a pedigree of his own, resulting in a near fall. The action spilled outside of the ring, with Rollins delivering a shin breaker to Balor against the announce desk, showcasing his strategic targeting of Balor's leg. As the match progressed, both athletes displayed their resilience and technical prowess. Rollins connected with a frog splash, but Balor countered by raising his knees, transitioning into a small package that nearly secured him the victory. The back and forth action kept the audience on the edge of their seats, with each wrestler countering the other's signature move. In the climax of the match, Rollins managed to outmaneuver Balor, ultimately securing the pinfall and earning his spot in the Elimination Chamber. This victory not only adds momentum to Rollins' journey, but also intensifies the anticipation for the upcoming event.